Loading.
You are interested in the unknown, the mysterious, the unexplainable. That is why you are here.
Welcome back.
Hello.
It's Code RAD Show. Hello, Jim.
Hello, Jason. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I would like to start off the show with a plug, of course. Interplanet sold a copy this week. Thank you, Telepathic Bunny, a fellow YouTuber.
Cool.
Interplanet, and of course, Tales of Conspiracy and Madness, a book of cosmic horror short stories. So I thought we could talk about a few things before we get into the main topic. Let's see. I know I did not warn you about this, but I figured a brief topical discussion might be good. And I haven't watched this show, so it's up to you to tell us about Lanterns.
Personally, I liked it. I know some folks. I saw Drinker's review. He didn't like it, but that's fine. I like Drinker, but I don't always agree with him. But I respect him. And let's see. I thought it was really good. Hal Jordan isn't quite acting like himself. I know sometimes he's depicted as being a jerk, but this time he seems like a really, really bit of a jerk.
Yeah.
Do you care about spoilers, or do you or you want to be surprised?
I don't care. I'm thinking in terms of our, anyone who is viewing this.
Okay.
If you're watching this and you don't want to hear spoilers for Lanterns, fast forward until you no longer see the Lanterns picture on the screen.
It just, so basically, where to start? So, Hal Jordan's trading Jon Stewart. But I think later on it's going to become more clear that I think that Hal thinks he's training Jon, because in case something happens to Hal, Jon steps in like a temporary, like a substitute. But I think the Lanterns are looking for a permanent replacement, and that's going to be Jon Stewart. Let's see, not many constructs. It's very, it's very grounded. There's a scene I thought was kind of weird where Jon Stewart's at a bar and this woman, like older woman, comes up to him, and like 5 minutes later they're having sex in their truck. I thought that's kind of odd.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of comments I hear is that they're doing True Detective. All right, Richard Watson says fast forward. I was going to also add, if you're watching live, you could just mute while you see Lanterns on the screen. But I think most people will be watching later. So yeah, while Lanterns on the screen, there may be spoilers. Yeah, I don't know if I really need a True Detective version of Lanterns, of Green Lantern.
I would try. You might like it. I did like it, but I think this would be better off for a film, personally, rather than a series. And I'd rather just have a film with just, because Hal's my favorite. I think.
Oh yeah, he's the best, easily.
Yeah, I think usually the first iteration of a character that you see, the first one that you see, is usually the one you have the strongest emotional connection with, and for me that was Hal. Before I knew of Jon Stewart or even Alan Scott or Guy Gardner or Kyle Rayner or whoever, Jessica Cruz, I can go on and on, Nortz. But I enjoyed it, but I think I kind of wanted to see more of something that's more ring slinging, like a space epic, some space battles, but I don't think we're going to get this here.
Yeah,
but I like it.
Doesn't sound like it.
No, I mean, I like
it. I guess there's been rumors that Sinestro is in it, or confirmation. Was Sinestro in the first episode?
No, but he will be coming up later.
He is, yeah.
Yeah. he's saying, tell me something, Hal. You don't really think your protege is a substitute, do you? And he goes like, no, I think they want to permanently replace me. So, so I would definitely check it out. I liked it, but your mileage may vary. I also don't think that also. I think they're trying too hard to make it really edgy. I don't think you need to drop F-bombs every line. I think it's not a Tarantino movie. I think you don't need that.
Shows are definitely getting way out of control with that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying for once in a while it's fine, but I think if you're lacing your script with F-bombs, I don't think you've that much to say.
Right. No, it gets to be too much. I mean, this was going back a few years now, but remember when Netflix did the adaptation of Three Body Problem? I think that's what it was called.
No, I don't know, but I can.
It was it's a Chinese science fiction novel about Earth waiting to be invaded by aliens. And the adaptation was done by the guys who did Game of Thrones.
Okay.
I want to say Lindelof, but no, that's Lanterns and Lost. But anyways, but I mean, every line, almost literally every line of dialogue in that show had the F word. And I kind of made it a game to be. I remember. I wonder if they're going to say the F word in the next line of dialogue, and the next line of dialogue, all the woman said was "fuck." That was the entire sentence, and I stopped watching the show not for that reason, but yeah, it's ridiculous. Shows are just getting. I think it does show a lack of talent, creativity, when every other word is the F word.
Yeah, and I think Hal Jordan just seems kind of a little more of a cowboy in this one. I was hoping for a big budget movie with a lot of constructs, but we're I guess we're not getting that. But so yeah, I like it, but I wish I think there's a lot you could do with Green Lantern, and I don't think this is really. I'm not sure this is really the right way to be using the characters. I don't.
It doesn't appeal to me. And I was a huge Lost fan in the back in the day, but I don't think you could pay me enough to watch a Lindelof show now. But yeah, interestingly, since I'm probably not ever going to watch Lanterns, I figured, what can I talk about? And I thought, well, I am watching Lioness, another current show, which is like. A complaint I have about this show is, the F word. It's like in every line. It's like, it's too much. But Lioness is a good show. It's like a spy show, from Taylor Sheridan. I like Yellowstone and Dutton Ranch and all those. And I figure, well, you got like, a geopolitical Tom Clancy type spy show. It's quite good. Season 3 might be the best season so far. We're only 3 episodes in, but minor spoilers. Like if you don't want to hear anything about Lioness season 3, mute it or fast forward if you're watching it on replay while you see Lioness on the screen. They go and do a mission in Ukraine, and now once they come back to the States, they have to deal with blowback, and it's pretty interesting. It's very different from the other seasons, because the other seasons were more about just completing the mission, and now this one is more about like trying to deal with the consequences of their mission. So that's pretty cool. I don't really see anyone talking about Lioness or shows like that on YouTube or anything. So that is my contribution to current events.
Is that Morgan Freeman back there?
Yeah, Morgan Freeman.
Cool.
You can count on him to play a very distinguished, important older individual. I believe he's the head of the State Department in this. Michael Kelly. And he's perfect. He's like, he's perfect for like deputy chief of the CIA or something. Nicole Kidman, I can't stand. One of my least favorite actresses. She's fine in this, and Zoe Saldana is like the head of the Lioness team, a strike force, a special ops team that goes out to generally kill people. So a lot of killing in the show. They don't try to sugarcoat geopolitics.
Does anybody get killed by an actual lioness?
Well, I mean, since that's they're all the ladies are lionesses.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
all right. So I think that is my. So
Uh,
now we'll get it. Now we'll travel back in time.
oh, cool.
July 17th, 1966. My Baby Does the Hanky Panky by Tommy James and the Shondells was popular here in America when they were watching Ultraman in Japan. We had, the boys of the Ponderosa, Bonanza. Bonanza was the most popular show in America that year. And an Alfred Hitchcock movie I have never seen. With one of my favorite actors, Paul Newman. This sounds great. It's like this has just somehow slipped through my schedule. I've just never gotten around to seeing Torn Curtain, and once I saw this, I was just like, I need to see this immediately. And unfortunately, Blu-rays are really expensive on Amazon, like $30. I don't want to see it quite that bad, but hopefully I get a chance to see Torn Curtain. So this is what was going on. I think that was probably my last slide. Yeah. So now why don't you take over?
Sure. Let's see here.
The island of Japan was crazy about Godzilla, right?
Yes, indeed. It was
one of the men who have brought Godzilla to life. Oh yeah, I need to bring the slides up. Eiji Tsuburaya.
Yes, there we go.
I guess he
kind
of broke away to create something different.
Yes, indeed. And let's see. So, okay. So I'm happy that I was hoping one day we could talk about this because we've talked a lot about Japanese shows, but this may be the most famous Japanese show of all.
Yeah, probably.
And not an expert in Ultraman, but I'll do my best with this. But just very happy to be talking about this at last because this is one of my all-time favorite TV shows. Let's see. So, yes. So it turns out that I was surprised when I found out how quickly it came out in the States because, like you mentioned, it started airing in Japan in July, but it came here like the same year, like pretty quickly. I couldn't get an exact date of when it started airing in America. It looks like it was the fall, maybe September, October, probably September, but
that's kind of amazing. I mean, people were watching Ultraman in America in the 1960s.
And then months later in America, the same thing. They
think it would take a few years to get here, but
no, it's just like pretty fast. So United Artists, they actually bought the rights for Ultraman, but also Ultra Q. There was an English dub version of Ultra Q, but for whatever reason, it never aired.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I don't think Ultra Q ever was shown in America, right?
No, it's a shame, but it was all ready to go, and for whatever reason, just never saw it. It was just very odd.
Yeah.
But I guess if we were to get only one of them, I think they made the right choice. But give us Ultraman. This gentleman right here, this is Peter Fernandez. He was actually the voice of Speed Racer. He not only was behind the English dubbing of Speed Racer, but he actually played Speed Racer. And he was also behind the English dubbing of Ultraman as well. Got to meet him years ago. Very nice man. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us, but he was a great guy. I love talking with him. Let's see. So now I know this episode has nothing to do with Good Times, but this is the station that I watch it on, Channel 17. Dynamite with the Jimmy Walker. Yes, you can't talk about the 70s, late 70s without talking about Good Times or Jimmy Walker. But I would watch it on Channel 17 with my brother Dan years ago.
I have no idea when that show, was first run prime time because that Good Times was just totally a syndicated kind of program.
Right.
Anyway, that was always on after school on, I think, Channel 11 in North Jersey.
I think that's right. Yeah, I think you're right. WPIX.
Yeah.
Yes, I couldn't find the slide for Ultraman, so we're gonna have to good times we'll have to do for now.
Oh yeah. I mean, and using Jimmy J.J. Walker in the promo, we forget what a huge star he was.
That's right.
That show really made him big.
No chicken hat.
Yeah. He is missing the hat. How could they use a picture where he doesn't have the hat on?
No chicken hat.
Mm-hmm.
But even a little kid, something about the show was just mesmerizing. Like the way even the opening, how they however they did this, it was very cool. I'm not sure it was clay or how they did it, but just I still remember watching, seeing the swirls.
Oh yeah,
and
very memorable.
Mesmerized, just kind of being like almost like a hypnotic kind of like what? And as soon as the show was starting, you're thinking, okay, something about the show is just very different. And eventually, you're not really sure, and eventually you see that okay. And of course, the opening theme, and I love this opening. It's so simple, but it works. It's just so beautiful. This thing, or not that thing, but just all these shadows of these creatures. Like, what the hell is that? But it's just so appealing. It's like I don't even know what that thing is, but I don't know what it is. But I want to see. I want to watch a show about it. That thing kind of scared me as a kid, and the thing would just kind of pops out like, "Oh, hi, I'm here." Let's see. So we'll be covering episode number 1.
We got some orbs flying around in space.
Exactly, a red one and a blue one. We don't know what they are yet. We will.
Science Patrol is on the job.
Exactly. They've been detected by Science Patrol, and Hayata sees them. He calls it in, and I think it's these 2 mysterious orbs. There's Fuji right there, played by
lovely Fuji.
Yes, exactly. Played
manning the communication board or whatever that is.
Yes. Looks like those things you see at Burger King with the microphones. 2 Whoppers. Let's see here. So there's, I believe that is Arashi. I believe that's Ito on the far right. I think that's Captain Mora on the far left of the pipe. And of course, there's Fuji. So it basically just says, Captain Moore just says, just stay on it, keep following, don't let out of your sight, just, keep tabs on it, let us know if you learn anything new or different. And there's a party going on by the lake. And the blue orb just goes, into the water, into the lake.
Crash, splash, yeah.
Exactly, yes. And it starts to kind of like, starts like almost like boiling the water. Unfortunately, Hayata's tailing the red orb, but he gets too close. He gets very close, actually, and unfortunately it damages the ship and it crashes. And I think he accidentally gets killed by the crash. These folks here, they see the crash and they see Hayata's body. Something strange starts to happen. It starts levitating. What's going on here? What tomfoolery is this? You can see him, getting engulfed by this glowing red orb. Let's see, and I'm not sure if he was dead or almost dead, but he's being talked to by, this is the star of the show, this is Ultraman. Ultraman was actually transporting Demilor, who we'll see, who's Demilor, we'll see later who that is, but he was transporting him from, I think, Nebula M78.
Okay.
Unfortunately, his ship, I guess, got too close to Earth, I guess.
Yeah, and, Ultraman is a great hero, but I guess he's just not a very good space pilot.
No.
He's good at wrestling big monsters.
But not with driving.
He's great at, like, just ripping limbs off of, big scary monsters. But, yeah, he's not a good pilot.
He just had no GPS back then, I guess, yeah. Or M78 never got a GPS.
Yeah.
So he crashes into Hayata. Unfortunately, he kills him. So to make up for this, he would give him his life. So now the two, his life and Hayata's life are now pretty much one. They share the same body, but whenever Hayata gets into trouble, he tells him to raise the beta capsule. And there it is right there.
Yeah, just drops it on him.
Just there you go. Just like,
yep, drops it on his body.
Thanks.
You'll figure it out, kid.
Yeah, eventually. Yeah, eventually. No directions. So this red ore eventually blows up. It's like, sorry about the nuclear fallout. Sorry about that. My bad. So yeah, good at fighting monsters, not really so good at driving and also preserving the environment. Just that's probably radioactive that fallout. Let's see. We notice there's some action happening by that lake there. And what's going on? What's that? Oh, there's Bimular, the monster of the first. And here he is again. I've got the little toy here of Bimular there.
Nice.
Just so let's see. The science patrol starts. They try firing at Bimular, but it basically does nothing. He goes back into the water, and that's Hoshino. That's the brother of Fuji.
Okay.
And they think Hayata is dead, but it turns out he's not. Fuji gets a call from Hayata saying he's okay, and he asks she asks him, "Where are you?" And he says, "It doesn't really matter where I am. What matters is Bimular."
Yep.
And
sends a submarine.
Yes, she sends the S-16 out for him to fight Bimular, who's now under the water. And he hopes that basically he can attack Bimular under the water with the S-16, and the science patrol can attack it by the air. Things don't really quite work out so well for him, though. He tries firing torpedoes. I guess it has some effect on Bimular, I guess, but not much. It turns out that Bimular has some sort of radioactive breath, so I think their torpedoes are only going to do so. The torpedoes and missiles are only going to do so much damage. So, unfortunately, the excuse me, folks. Sorry, I'm losing my voice.
Yeah, Bimular is not impressed by the submarine.
No.
I thought it was a super cool submarine. I forgot that they had some submarine action in this episode. I was really happy, but yeah, Bimular was not impressed.
So I guess kaiju, well, if humans have bobbing for apples, kaiju have bobbing for submarines. And hey, guess what? He got one. So he's carrying the submarine in his mouth, and he gets attacked from behind with a missile, and then blah, and of course Hayata is in it when he crashes. I'm not sure how high up he is, but pretty high up enough to do some damage when he falls.
Oh yeah,
he's actually bleeding right there. Yeah. But he's got the beta capsule, so he uses it, and we know that transformation right there. The problem is Ultraman does have superior size and strength, but he only has a limited time on Earth.
Yeah, the members of the Science Patrol, I think, figure that out pretty adeptly. What's that blinking light on his chest? That must be a timer.
Yes. The color timer, I think, is they call the Japanese version.
Oh, right,
starts. So he basically decides, well, if I'm going to defeat him, I got to do it quickly. So he some nice spinning action here, and funny that a lot of Ultraman fans are also pro wrestling fans, and I am one as well. I'm a fan of both. Let's see. So as we see here, body slam. So he throws Bimular into the lake. Let's see. Bimular tries to escape by turning himself back into that blue orb, but Ultraman's like, nope, not having that. I'm going to get you one way or another. So he shoots him with that Specium beam. He hits him a direct hit, and Bimular is defeated. Ultraman wins the day and flies away, and that's really about the slides I have for now. But I guess I can kind of recreate with the, I've got the Ultraman toy here too, so I can briefly. It's like just kind of like look at that. They're fighting.
That's the world's introduction to Ultraman.
Yes, 1966.
Because Ultraman was not in the first Ultra series.
No.
There's variation. I meant to count how many Ultra series there are. I mean, this
quite a lot.
I mean, there's many I have not even seen. I mean, I've seen Shin Ultraman.
Yes.
But it's hard to keep track of how many there have been.
There's been so many. There's been Ultra 7, Ultra Ace, Ultraman Jack, Ultraman Leo, Taro.
Yeah.
There's been so many. Yeah, you mentioned Shin Ultraman. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, there's just tons of them.
Yeah. Any other Ultraman movies besides Shin Ultraman?
I think there were, but I think they may have been bootlegs. I think they did like some in Thailand, which
Nice.
yeah, but I think they may have been
Great,
bootlegs. I'm
yeah.
not sure, but
There needs to be a Turkish Ultraman movie.
there should be. Yeah, there should be. Surprised there hasn't been yet. There could be.
Yeah, there may be. That would be awesome.
It seems like the Turkish have done knockoffs for like E.T. and Star Wars and Star
Wars,
Trek,
yeah.
and so
I
why
think
not?
they
Yeah,
did,
Ultraman.
Didn't they do Spider-Man as well?
Kinda. They had
I might be thinking of something different.
no. There is something where it's called Uch Dev Adam or Three Mighty Men. Basically, it's an evil Spider-Man.
Right. I remember him sneaking into like lady's bathroom and strangling her.
Yeah, choking her. Yeah.
Turkish Spider-Man.
I remember having the woman's head, like, or having a woman buried in the sand, and you see her head is like her head's like buried, and so, or she's buried up to her neck, and they basically have a motorboat, and they back the motor into her head.
God.
So it's like wow,
Yeah.
that's just some pretty fucked up shit there. But so Captain America and Santo have to come and stop this evil Spider-Man.
All right.
And it's a real movie. It's a real movie, believe it or not.
Oh yeah. Viewers of the Code Rad show know all about Turkish Spider-Man and his sadistic pleasures. Oh, of course. There's only most sophisticated people watch Code Rad. So thank you for joining us this evening. And make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back next week with more Ultraman.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
Take care, everybody.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
Take care. Bye for now.